Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Michael's Corner. Tonight, I will be interviewing one half of Indy Talk, Jesse. So he told me that he has a couple of announcements to make, and he wants to make those announcements on my show. So before we invite him, Um, you guys know the drill. Follow me on social media. Facebook is Michael's Corner. Twitter is at Michael Pam. And YouTube is Michael's Wrestling Channel. Okay, well, let's not waste any more time. Let's let's bring in our guests for this evening.
Hey,
How's it going?
oh, it's going. Just another Friday after or Friday evening. So
Okay. Well, everything's going good on my end.
that's
I
good.
just got some chores done. Well, actually, a huge chore done. I had to clean out my small
Oh,
refrigerator that I have in the room. Yeah. So
yeah.
I had to defrost that and then clean it up, and it was a huge chore. So
Oh, yeah.
finally got that
Oh,
finished.
that's good. That's good. Plus, it keeps everything nice and fresh.
Mhm. Yeah, so we've been talking a bit. You telling me that you have a couple of announcements that you would like to make. You
Absolutely.
want to reveal those announcements?
Yeah, I can I can reveal them for the audience here. First of all,
Hmm.
before I get into them, Um, I know that you're wanting to do a show with me and Jaron, but you want Kyle Pro on that. We are still trying.
Yeah.
We are still trying to reach out to Kyle on that. So
Hmm.
Jaron says he's a very hard guy to get a hold of.
Yeah, I know.
But we haven't forgotten about you, Michael.
Yeah, I know you guys haven't forgot about me.
So all right,
Mhm.
let's get into some announcements, huh? And whatever you have for me, I'll answer anything. Um, so MAW is going to be coming to Faribault, Minnesota, June 11th. They are doing a a fundraiser for Rett syndrome,
Okay.
and there will be an episode, a live edition of Indie Talk there.
Okay. That's great news.
Yep, and the guest for that afternoon is going to be downtown Petey Brown, and
Oh,
I know Michael.
he'll be a good
Yeah,
one. He'll be a good guest.
mm-hmm.
I have him on Michael's Corner on three separate occasions, so that's a good choice on your end.
Yep. We've had Petey on the show before, but we never done a live edition with Petey, so we figured it was time to get him on and see if it's any different having them live versus him at his own home doing it. So I think we got a good interview there as well with Petey.
Okay.
And then July 3rd, uh, Dover, Minnesota, AWF is doing the event down there. It's a free event. I think it's called Dover Crash 2 or something like that.
All right.
Indy Talk once again will be there covering in the event, and we're also going to be interviewing a good buddy of yours, Stonehenge.
Okay. That's a lot of good guess.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The 11th we got Petey Brown. The 3rd we got Stonehenge, and in September 23rd in Owatonna, Minnesota, I will be doing something with Pinnacle Pro Wrestling. No guest has been named at this time. Just waiting for them to get me a list of who's all gonna show up, and then I'll take it from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I have a couple of little announcements of my own.
Sure.
So, and I'm gonna reveal it on here. So many of you guys have noticed I made a change into my Michael's Corner World of Wrestling logo. And I've been getting a whole lot of feedback from that. Everybody loved it, you know?
Yep.
So um so that logo, everybody loved the star logo and whatnot. Because many of you guys know that blue is my favorite colors. So that was necessary.
Yeah.
So next week, Thursday of next week, I am going to reveal a new logo for Michael's Corner. That's when I do the interviews and whatnot. I'm going to reveal a new logo for Michael's Corner, and I think everybody's going to love it. And I made this myself, you know. Didn't took me long. It took me only a few minutes to get it from my phone, and it's all last month, and it's ready to go.
Yeah. Well,
I'm going to reveal it, and hopefully everyone likes it, you know.
Yeah.
So
it's good.
So that's all I have for right now. I don't have any wrestlers to interview. I'm taking a week off from going to wrestling shows, and I will be going to my to the MIW show on not this Saturday, but next Saturday, I believe. It's going to be in Plymouth, Minnesota, and whatnot. They're having the show in Hamilton, UFW, I believe. It's an outdoor show, which I'm looking forward to going and whatnot. Oh, I see that Jaron joined in.
Jaron just dropped in to cause trouble.
Oh my God! Maybe I should invite him in, but
sure, I have.
But he might be busy. So, Jerry, if you want to hop on for a couple minutes, I know you're busy there. I would like to have you just for like a couple minutes, a few minutes. Let's see. I'm a violinist. And if he doesn't accept, that's okay too. But I figure, you know,
why not?
he'll talk to me.
Speaking of, I'm sorry, Michael. Speaking of the June 11th show, not only am I going to have Matt Schrader co-hosting, but it's going to be a three-man job. We're also going to have Jason He's gonna shoot me if I forget it. Pronounce his last name. Jason Matheson, I think. You know who I'm talking about.
Ooh, I know exactly who you're talking about. Um, him and I don't see eye to eye.
You don't see I
Yeah, I don't. I yeah, I just don't see eye to eye with
yeah,
him.
I
But I
mean,
can't be, like I said, recently, I can't be everybody's cup of tea. You know, there's gonna be some guys that I like and some guys who I don't like. That's just the way it
yep,
is. You know.
that's how it's gonna have to be. I mean, you can't please everybody. You try that, at the end of the day, it's just gonna drive you nuts.
Yeah, and like I said, I went to Battleground just about 2 weeks ago, and I was just enjoying myself, enjoying the wrestling action and whatnot. I was so caught off guard. I know it was Bill Williams versus Eric Cannon,
Mm-hmm.
so I was so caught off guard because I was on my phone, so I got to respond to a text
Right.
message because you know, like if somebody text messages you, you gotta respond,
Yeah.
and whatnot. So then I was just focusing, on my phone and whatnot, and here comes Eric Cannon after the match. He went up to me and says, Michael, I know you don't like me and all, but you've been focusing on your phone for the entire match and whatnot. I find that disrespectful and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And I'm like, first of all, I get what you're saying. Second of all, you embarrassed me in front of all the fans. Thirdly, this should have been discussed in private and not in front of these people.
Right.
You know, that's how I was more hurt about. I wasn't hurt. I get what he was saying, but I was more hurt. It should have been handled properly.
You're absolutely right. I mean, some of these guys don't realize that you're paying money to come in and see them. So basically, for the night, you're actually paying them. So
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I mean, if you get a message on your phone, the person that's texting you is gonna want a response right away. So I don't blame you taking doing the smart
Mm-hmm.
thing. I mean, it could have been a family emergency.
Yeah, exactly my point. And then, and then that, and then the next day, Jason York sends me a Facebook message on the Messenger app
Mm-hmm.
saying that, oh, there's some people that's talking crap about you and blah 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 blah, saying that they want you banned for wrestling shows. All I'm going to say is those are the same naysayers that like to talk crap about me, but you know what? You know what I say to those naysayers? Let them talk crap because you know what? That's going to be good on my end, bad on their end. Let them
Yeah.
talk because at the end of the day, people are still going to judge you. And you know
Wait.
something? I have everyone who I interview on Michael's Corner respects me. Everybody in the locker room, everybody in the back respects me. And I can't let that. I'm getting close to 40. I'll be 40 next year. I can't let the little stuff get to me. If I do that, it's not good for your heart. It's not good for the soul.
It's
So
Your health.
So basically, what I'm saying is, I'm going to do me. I'm going to do me, let them do them, and I'm going to do me because I got a brand. I got a brand to run.
Yep.
There's, do you know, Jesse, that there's like a lot of wrestlers who's getting in contact me wanting to be on my
Oh
show.
yeah.
And, you know, I gotta, you know, I got to, you know, I got to keep my brand afloat because I got such a high standard, you know,
Yeah.
and whatnot. Even my family members likes likes what I'm doing. So, and it's like I'm not getting paid to do this,
Right.
nor do I want to. I'm doing this because this is my favorite hobby. This is what I love to do. I've been interviewing wrestlers for a better part of 10
Right.
years. And ever since then, everyone who I interviewed on Michael's Corner loved it. And it's like, when you want me on your next show, you know?
Right.
So I just want to get that out there because, you know, I feel comfortable. I feel comfortable and more determined to address the situation. So
Right.
then that way people can understand where I'm coming from. And I'm not like some other website or podcast, you know. We keep it 100 here on my show. So
Yep, and that's I mean there's a lot of us out there. I mean you got Freddie Fredrickson, yourself, Indy Talk, and then there's a few others too. I mean, they got their own styles of interviewing, and I think that's where all this boils down to where you got fans, Indie Talk has fans, Freddie has fans, and some of those people, for example, let's say you're getting all this hate from a Freddie Fredrickson fan. At the end of the day, is that really going to matter?
yeah, yeah. And you know, we gotta give a shout out to the state of pro wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, gotta give a shout out to them because Freddie worked his butt off, you know. So we made amends not too long
Right.
ago. So you guys check that episode out on YouTube and whatnot. But so, oh yeah, let's talk about Matthias. Oh my God, let's talk
Yeah,
about Matthias for a minute.
Matthias for a minute. Speaking of that, you were at that event, so and you weren't very happy that Devlin Kane took that belt.
I wasn't very happy because Devlin Kane should have stayed out of Matthias' business.
Mm-hmm.
And you know something, um, you know there's a reason why Matthias lost the title.
I guess.
I don't know if he wants me to. I might get my hand slapped, but he was dealing with injury, a knee injury and
I
whatnot.
knew about.
And I know which upon an injury on any wrestler, you know, because these wrestlers they put their bodies and careers on the line just to entertain us.
Yep.
And when you have an injury like that, this could have effect on your personal life, you know, not just on the wrestling side. This can affect them personally, you know, because they got jobs and whatnot, and they got families and girlfriends and you know, girlfriends and wives and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot, and kids. So I don't like to see one of the wrestlers hurt, you know.
Yeah. Uh,
So yeah, I wasn't happy that Matthias lost the title, but on the other hand, he's gonna get his rematch once he heals up from the injury.
yeah. Yeah.
So it's at the end of the day, it's wrestling. It's wrestling. You know,
Yep.
and I had Matthias on Michael's corner, and he discussed, I felt bad for him. So if you saw, I don't know if you saw me
Yep.
do it or not, but I gave him a pat on the back because, you know, he's wrestling with an injury,
Yeah.
and that's just to show I really care about these wrestlers.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. And
so,
there's really, I mean, that goes back to aspect too. I mean, not only are you a podcaster, but you're a fan first and foremost. And when you see a wrestler get injured, I mean, you're just basically telling them, hey, it's okay. You're going to come back from this.
mm-hmm,
Get it?
yeah,
I haven't
yeah,
really seen too many injuries at an independent show.
mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, in my I've been going to wrestling shows since February of 2011,
Hmm.
2011, 20 yeah, 2011.
Right.
Um, like in my years of going to independent wrestling shows, I have saw a wrestler get knocked out unconscious, and I saw a wrestler get injured, you know.
Right.
And I hate to see that's very unfortunate, but that's just the nature of the biz,
Yep.
these guys screaming they get hurt, you know, and you want to protect their privacy, So like if the ring announcer or the promoter says, let's have the fans go outside of the bar, give you something to drink or eat or something, because we want to respect the wrestler's privacy and
Right. Right.
whatnot until the EMTs come. So that was one occasion.
Yeah.
But since then, I haven't seen that one wrestler get injured, and whatnot. Thank God for
Yeah.
that. So
Absolutely does. I mean, nobody wants to see these guys get hurt. I mean, they want to watch them and hopefully they'll be at the next shows again.
hmm and also too, like it's best to buy a souvenir at their merch table because that will, you know, cover the cost of the expenses of what they have to pay,
Right.
their medical expenses and whatnot. So.
Yep. I mean, a little bit goes a long way in independent wrestling, even if it's just a stop over at their merch table and shake their hand, say thank you or how are you doing. I mean, it's necessarily that you don't have to buy anything because they
Yeah,
would appreciate more a handshake and a thank you, but I
you
always uh,
made a very good point right there, Jesse.
yep,
Exactly what you said. You made a valuable point
yep,
because it's not just about money all the time. It's about showing the wrestler the respect, giving them a handshake, even hell, even giving them a hug. Sometimes,
back a little bit
because
go,
that's just how much you care about the wrestler.
yep,
So yeah, that's how I see it. So Now, unfortunately, Jaren is really busy. If you saw that, but it's okay. He's letting you have the spotlight, and
I,
that's what I like about Jaren. I can't talk bad about him. He's a nice, he's a nice kid, you know.
Jaren is very, very knowledgeable and very, very respectful. He's even done something for Rudo's with Indy Talk, and that's good for him. So Jaren is, when I first met Jaren, he was very shy. Didn't really know how the podcast was gonna go, but I mean, just everything that Jaren does behind the scenes for Indie Talk. I mean, he's grown into the role that he has. I don't know if you saw our video last night or not, but
Mhm.
Jaren is so, social media guy. He makes all the posters. He'll usually contact our guests to see if, hey, is this how you want it done, or do you want me to do it another way? And of course, I mean, they'll contact him and want to know how to get a book in, and that's where I come into play. And
Mhm.
I suppose you're all that rolled into one, correct? That you're the social media man, the booker, and you have your own cameraman. I know that.
Yeah. So basically, when I go to wrestling
Mhm.
shows, I have my own camera person, Sean Knapp.
Yep.
Um, he's the one that films episodes of Michael's Corner at wrestling shows, and he does a great job.
He seems
I
like,
Yeah, yeah, he does a great job. I do have to give him some pointers, you know. I have to tell him, don't don't put your finger on the camera and whatnot, because, you know, I just give him a little pep talk and whatnot. So yeah, when I started going to indie indie wrestling shows, you know, in 2011, I did I was a shy guy too.
mhm.
You know, I was nervous. I was a little bit nervous because I didn't know the aspects of the wrestling at the time.
Right.
So when I started filming the action, you know, the wrestling action, and posting on my YouTube channel, people start liking it.
Yeah.
And that's how I got my start. Then, in May of 2013, um, that's when I started interviewing wrestlers.
Yep.
Every since then, I've been doing this 10 years, interviewing wrestlers 10 years. Every since then, every everyone who I interview is loves to be on my show,
Right.
Michael's Corner.
Yep.
And
That's
and and that, you know, and Michael's Corner is getting bigger. It's getting bigger.
it is.
And, you know, like I said, I'm just, you know, I'm just coasting and whatnot. And, you know, you know, hopefully I'll get some more wrestlers on Michael's Corner. And like I said, you know, I'll, you know, I may need your help at times, you know,
That's
get the wrestlers to come
and
on.
I could help you with your booking too. That's not a
Yeah,
problem.
yeah, and like I said, once I reveal that local next week, Thursday of next week, I think everyone's gonna really like it, you
Hmm.
know. So, all right. You got any more announcements to make,
No,
or
Actually, no, I don't, Michael. The only thing I have is I'm gonna do a little cheap plug here. Monday we have Derek Derek Ferry coming on the Indy Talk,
Okay.
and hopefully there'll be some more co-hosting gigs open for you to do.
Yeah.
But we definitely need to get Kyle. We definitely need to get Kyle Pro on for you.
Yeah. And and like I said, there's no rush. You know, I bet Kyle is getting booked on wrestling shows and and whatnot. So I bet he's just I in fact I'm really impressed with Kyle Pro. I mean, he lost all that weight, and
Yeah,
he
yeah, I saw pictures of him when he was bigger, and it's just amazing how he did
it,
it.
yeah, yeah, it's just amazing to see how he has grown, you know, into the wrestling business.
Yeah,
And let's not forget, he does have autism,
yeah,
just like
yeah.
do. So I've been a huge supporter of him, With him winning the Steel Domain Northern States
Hmm.
title this year, oh my God. And when he defeated Derek Stone to become the new champion, once he got out of the ring, after he was done engaging with the fans, he came over to my direction and he gave me a huge hug.
Hmm.
He was emotional. This he was emotional because I, I've been a huge supporter of him, and 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 once he did that promo uh in the back, you know,
Hmm.
I almost I almost broke down because here's a kid that's working his tail off to win a championship. First off,
Hmm.
he became the longest AWF heavyweight champion. I
Absolutely.
I give him credit for that, and I gotta tell you, he 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 is good at being a heel.
Yeah,
He is so good being a heel. And he got under my skin, and I told Kyle, don't make me get the belt. I'll get the belt.
but
but all in all, I understand him. And I remember him on Indy Talk when Jerry interviewed him. He's like, don't you be yelling at me, Michael. Don't you yell at me. I said, and Jerry's like, don't you do it, Michael.
yeah, we'll
I was going
have
to do it
to get him
anyways.
on again, and you can co-host, and then maybe you can kind of ruffle his feathers a little bit.
I'm going to ruffle his feathers just a little bit. I got to get my payback now. Come on. So,
Yeah.
yeah, once you guys get a hold of him, and let me know, and I'll be I'll be wearing a Kyle Pro T-shirt while I'm at it. You know,
Yep. Yeah.
then I'll ruffle his feathers.
I will.
He's
Yeah. Like I said, I'll probably be talking to him July 3rd. Let him know, hey, we want you back, and I'll tell him Michael wants to come on and co-host with us, and I'll
hmm
tell him that you have unfinished business with him.
Yeah, I got some unfinished business with him on Indy Talk. So
I'll let him know.
let's put it like that. Let's put it like
Yeah.
that. And yes, quickly, let's talk about when I co-host the show.
Mhm.
Remember with Bill Williams? I actually had fun with that. I
Oh yeah, Bill.
had a good time.
I mean, Bill got hung up on this pants thing. Like, does he have to wear them? Does he not have to wear 'em?
Oh my God,
Oh.
he got me rolling. And remember that one time, and remember, I read somebody commented on him saying that, why do you suck? And he goes, this is what happens when you bring him on the show.
Yeah.
He's gonna troll on there. He's gonna troll. And I was rolling, cracking up.
Yeah, and that was
But
our second time having Bill on the show. The first time, when I first when we first started talking, Jaron had known Bill for some time. And the first thing he said about Nick Nelson was, boy, that Nick Nelson is a horse's ass, isn't he? And that was just like, that was it for me.
well, we all know. I did have Nick Nelson on Michael's
Yeah,
Corner.
absolutely.
He
Yes.
normally doesn't do interviews because he doesn't want to break out in character, and whatnot. But it's like he was comfortable doing an interview with me and whatnot. And he says that if anybody asks him to do it, he'll turn it down and tell them to watch my show. Watch
Yeah,
the idea because
uh,
he doesn't. Yeah,
he's
you know.
turned us down, which is understandable, but we're still working with him on it a little bit. So we're hoping one day that he'll want to do it. But
Yeah,
that's another thing with these guys too. I mean, if you keep poking and prodding, they're not going to want to do your show.
yeah,
And
yes,
that's how
exactly.
maybe.
When I first did this, yeah, that's what my late friend Kurt Idaho told me. Now, like, not everyone wants to do an interview with you. So if they turn you down, don't feel bad because at the end of the day, it's business.
Yeah,
It's all business. Don't take it personal. So that I began to learn that, now, you know.
yeah,
But like when the pandemic hit, everything changed. Everything changed.
because
So
nobody was
yeah,
do anything live.
yeah,
They're without
and
computers and stuff.
I had to figure out a way for me because I was losing subscribers on YouTube and I was losing my fan base. So I had to figure, and I told this story before, but I'm going to say it again. Chuck, Chuck. Oh my God.
So the wife thinks she has to give me some criticism on here.
That's fine. I could take constructive criticism. Chuck, Chuck. So anyhow, you know, if somebody turns me down for an interview, I that's okay because that's business.
Mm.
And like I said, when the pandemic hit, everything started changing. I have to figure out a way to get my fans back to get on board because I was losing subscribers on YouTube. Nobody's watching my content. So that's when I created an Instagram 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, 2 years ago. And I created Instagram, and my first guest on Michael's Corner virtually was actually my good friend of mine who happens to be a indie pro wrestler. He goes by the name of Jay Savage.
Yeah.
Not not Jake Savage, but Jay Savage. That's my good friend. I Then my second virtual interview was Buns of Steel, Jay Fuller.
Yeah.
So, so then I continued to do it, my virtual interviews until the shows were back up and running. And like I said, it's been it's been it's been wild and crazy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could do virtual interviews. I could do interviews at shows. So yeah, I could do both, you know. And you just gotta, just gotta let me know when you're available and whatnot, and
Yeah.
then I'll do these interviews. But um, but yeah, I just love doing this, and um, my Instagram is growing.
Yeah.
I got about 229 followers, and so I'm willing to build that up, trying to get up to 300.
Yeah.
It's all based on if people want to follow me or not. So
Yeah.
well, so yeah, like I said, I'll let everyone know what wrestling shows I'm going to next. But I believe next Saturday I'm going to be at the MIW show in Plymouth,
That,
and um, that's the only show I could think of for right now. So
well, yeah. Yeah, you'll have to try to get to one of the Fairboat shows.
yeah, I'm gonna try. And like it all depends on if I get transportation and whatnot, because that, it can be, difficult sometimes. I mean, I could get there to the show.
It's
It's
just,
more like finding a ride home.
oh, yeah.
Is what.
Yeah.
But I'll look into it, and I'll do my due diligence and whatnot. So
Yeah, maybe
okay, well,
if we can get you to the Owatonna show, maybe Michael's Corner and Indy Talk can do a co-joint thing together.
oh yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah.
That'll be great. Let me think about you. Let me think about it, and sleep on it, and let you guys know when it gets close to that Owatonna show, because Michael's Corner and Indy Talk, that could be something.
Oh, everybody wants it. I mean, everybody would like to see a collaboration between the two shows. And I think that before we get going here, Michael, I think that's what everybody should do. At least collaborate with each other one time or maybe two times.
hmm
All the,
Just do a little collaboration, and and yeah, 'cause that'll be good, And like I said, I would love to do a collaboration, and I would love to go to like a show like in Owatonna. As long as, I mean, I could get to Owatonna. It's it's a matter of who is gonna give me a ride home. That's
well, there we go. Tell the system you want a ride to and from.
yeah. Well, yeah, yeah, well, I'll talk with him and whatnot and see what I can do. And if it doesn't work out, then there are other wrestling shows too,
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
But,
We'll
I want you to keep this in mind, though.
Yep.
Grand Slam 5 is in November.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that in mind. It'll be in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Yep. Yep. I actually think we're going to be able to make it this year. So, I mean,
yeah, because then I would love to do a collaboration.
We can definitely make something work.
Yeah. It's because Grand Slam 5, it's set to be a big show. It's going to be a big show. So far, they announced Deborah McMichael, Candice Michelle, and that other wrestler guy they announced. I forgot who it was.
Sandler Hansen, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Boogie is going to be there too, correct?
I think so. I have to double check. Yeah. So, okay, well, let's wrap this up. And where can people follow you on social media?
You can follow me right on Instagram. Also, Indy Talk has a Instagram page, and we also have a YouTube channel as well. So,
and you guys are on Facebook.
Yep.
So,
yep. But I'm more or less on Instagram now. So that's where you can. If you're wanting to be booked on the show, or just want to drop a message to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so we do have merchandise. We have T-shirts left. So if anyone's interested in that, you can get a hold of Bully Brand or me or Jaron, and we'll tell you how to get a hold of one.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, okay. Well, it was nice having you on.
Thank you, Mike.
Yep, and we should do this again.
Definitely.
We should do this again soon, and whatnot. Like if you got any more announcements to make, and if you want to come on my show and to reveal those announcements, let me know on Messenger.
Definitely, I can do that.
All right. Well, we're about to go, you guys. Take care, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
All right.
All right.
Hey, Michael.
Now.